Good evening, everybody. How's it going? I am very much on time. Very much. Definitely was not busy being distracted. Just finished getting stuff all set up here. Apologies. Very on brand. Be prepared and ready, as we all know. Get rid of that. I haven't even registered for the races yet. Need to do that. Oh god, what the hell has happened to my... That didn't seem right. I think that was the same car we used last week. Okay. Mugello. Bring that up. Whew. Okay, there we go. See how this all goes. Get these tires warmed up a little bit. They're a bit cold. Oh, how's everyone doing on this fine evening, though? Oh shit. That was terrible braking. Got on the curb and locked up. Alright, I'm all over the place now. I want to be a little bit closer. Still trying to work out where the best kind of seating position is. This new desk setup. Just trying to get the feeling back. I think maybe trim up a little bit of the traction control. Don't need all of it. Someone again eludes me. Never been massively great at Mugello, I don't think, but I thought, why not? Evening, Adam. How's it going? First. Oh, fuck's sakes. Supposed to say first. I felt like being polite first. The duality of man. Number 2 backmarker and I will have a great race. You're referring to yourself, unfortunate, but cheers for the luck or praise. Not really sure. Should hopefully be fun tonight. But I'd say you're far from a backmarker. Last night I was definitely a backmarker though, holy cow. I had underestimated the grid. I mean, admittedly I made mistakes, but I was kind of hoping I'd be in a bit more of a fight. But man, everyone was on the ball yesterday. In that Formula 3 race at Feldberg Ring. Crazy stuff. Playing some games new to me these days. Always good playing new games. I've been playing a lot. Oh, time already. Shit. Alright. I've been playing quite over the past couple of years. I think I've been playing a lot of. I've been kind of branching out more, playing more new games. Well, 2023, 2024 specifically. 2025 hasn't hardly gotten going yet, so played a couple of new games though. I think. Let's see how much fuel am I gonna want? 45. That's actually, wait, that's 20-minute race. What am I doing? I'm stupid. But yeah, I mean, there's more games than we ever realistically have time to play in this world. So, yeah, there's always something new out there, which is pretty awesome. I don't know what'll be. Ooh, okay. Gonna be funny like that now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the predominant. I don't know what I'm gonna try these days. Or this year, but last year for me was definitely a year of fighting games. I still suck horrendously at fighting games because they are incredibly technical, and you can't really wrap yourself around them like you can with like sim racing and stuff. Like sim racing, you can kind of play it all by feel, but can't really do that as much in a fighting game. First track he raced online. Oh. I don't even know what the first track I raced online was. Probably Blackwood and Look for Speed, maybe. No. Maybe. No idea. But yeah. No need to be sorry, though. Never any commitment. I cut the music too early. No, just an awkward silence. Okay, cool. We're in, though. I want to keep the slicks. I think I'd keep the fuel, not traction control up a little bit. Push the brake bias down a little bit. That should be good. Juice 1 on the PS2, Midnight Club LA on Xbox 360, and finally Raid World War 2. Fair enough. Juice, I feel, has no idea what it wants to be. I'll be honest, I've seen little bits of Juiced. I also don't really know what it wants to be. I haven't played it though, so I can't really comment. But people have told me it's decent, so maybe one day I will play it. Midnight Club feels overrated to me based on what YouTube says about... Yeah, honestly, I get that impression as well. I didn't play LA, but I did try Midnight Club 3. And I felt the game was okay, but like... You know, it's lauded by people as like this really amazing racing franchise that everyone forgot about. And it's like, it's not really. Honestly, though, I really don't like that kind of content. Like, you know, it's great to see people gushing about what they love, but like when like so many people start chirping the same rhetoric that X, Y, and Z is the greatest thing ever, it kind of sours my... When I eventually get around to checking some of these things out, it kind of sours my enjoyment of that thing, because like you almost go in expecting it to be something that it's not. That was definitely how I felt when I played through Nier Automata a few years ago. It was a decent game, I enjoyed it, I played through and got all the endings and stuff, but like, the story never really clicked with me. Like, people talked about how it was like one of the greatest stories ever told in a video game, and I was like, I don't even really remember what happened, to be honest. Stuff and things. But yeah, it is a little annoying when people... A lot of people, I feel, like to chirp about like really good things about games whilst glossing over a lot of the negatives, because every game, no matter how good it is, has its negatives. You know, and I feel like sometimes you've gotta be realistic. Like recently, I was watching a friend play through Racing Lagoon, which is that Square Enix like racing RPG thing. And it's like it's a cool concept. It has great atmosphere and stuff like that. The story is a bit weird, and it kind of trips over its own feet. But like it's a cool idea. But the big downfall of that game is the driving is horrible. Oh, a bit of a squeeze there. I didn't even see the car there. Like the driving in that game is just plain awful. Like, but like, you'll see it appear in videos where people are like, yeah, it's really good, it's a really cool, unique game, and then they just conveniently gloss out the fact that the driving is like horrendous, even by PS1 standards. Like the PS1 is the console that birthed games like Gran Turismo and Ridge Racer Type 4. So it was capable of making handling that didn't feel terrible. More often those videos, just stream highlight videos, the title changed to work better with YouTube search engine. Well, I'm driving like a drunk. Matt Louts. I can't English. I think Oscar's backing off. I was gonna let him go, but I think he's just backing off. I'm trying to read chat whilst going around with yellow even slowly is a bit tricky there. Every challenge run is, can I beat X with Y? Yeah. Oh, they crashed. Oops. Yeah, I hate the kind of... I hate that everything has to be, like, people always name things in, like, such a way to try and generate maximum clicks. Like, I remember seeing a video, like, a while ago that, like, went pretty viral that was like, can I beat the Simpsons hit and run in the slowest car? And while I think they did acknowledge that fact in the video, it's like they used the family sedan, which is very far from the slowest car in the game. So... It's just downright misleading. Because, like, the family sedan is, like, the first car you get. So, like, yeah, they could have just said, like, beat and hit and run with the first car you get. Because, like, the family sedan isn't that slow. It's basically the most mid car of all time. It's not good at anything, but it's not bad at anything either. It is a vehicle, and it fits perfectly as kind of like as a solid starting car for your, like, sort of misadventures in the game. I'm driving like shit right now. Probably should be paying more attention to the driving than the talking, but here we are. So hey, Rahman. Yeah, I love misleading, yeah. I did see, I didn't watch it, because I think it was, like, hilariously long, but I did see the, Liquid Wi-Fi, who's, like, a top speedrunner in Hit and Run, went and actually played through the game with the slowest car. He used, like, a mod to allow him to use the monorail on every level, which is, like, by far and away the slowest car in the game. Yes, that's gonna be awful, I think. Oh, it's very wide. Let him go. Oh, he's gonna slip shoot me. I might have to get a cleaner lap into the second qualifying. 51. Try and focus a bit more. And I'm already like half a second down or whatever here. But I need to pull back like seconds, so I'm gonna let him through. So I'm not really holding him up, like try and drive better, but not really. I'm down to 6th now. Oops. I'm effectively running a race trim at the moment, but I definitely do better than what I'm doing. I got the other Solanas on my char. I'm up on my Delta though. I'm up over 3 temps. It's kind of crap. I'll let him take the inside. And then slipstream him off the corner. I'm not going to beat my time by that much, but... Oh, actually, it's going to be quite... Oh, yeah, because I backed off, didn't I? Oh, I'm going to be able to squeeze in another lap. Perfect. 51, that puts me 5th. Seven temps up. temps up, holy shit. Nine temps up, okay. Over a second up. Least scuffed qualifying session. I didn't get the brakes there. We're fine. 1.3 seconds. Well, that was risky. It worked though. We're up on the Delta. That's 6. Bad shift. Gonna lose a bit of time here, but I'm like 1.5 seconds up, so I think by the end. Well, about 1 point, yeah, a bit over. 49. Not great, but better. I don't know if I have enough fuel. When I see those videos, you need to make it into single video. Try to do one myself too, but as a series, people don't stick around for episodes. Yeah, keeping people's attention for like a whole series is hard. But I'm still 5th. Holy shit. Alright. We chatting tonight after the races, or you have to play Tekken again. Did I play Tekken last time? I don't remember what I did after the stream last time. Might have done. %of the cases? Not really, actually. I was gonna say I haven't been playing a lot lately, but I have been playing more lately, so that's a lie. Oftentimes it's going chill. Yeah, I kind of got bummed out of Tekken for a while because of like all of the crummy monetization practices. I still am, but I kind of got back into it a little bit because it's a fun game still. 10 out of 10 times versus PS2. Need to up your stalking game, my guy. I don't think there's anyone there. No, I think we're good. I haven't been playing a lot of lately. Been playing a fair bit of Maxi Tune again. Me and Mark tested out. So I assume you saw back when I streamed Maxi Tune 3 that we. So first of all, I think I mentioned this the other week, but Maxi Tune 3 is now public on Technoparrot, which is pretty awesome. Everyone can access it now. Yeah, so me and Mark were testing out sharing the files from the Ghost Battle mode with each other, and it actually works, which is pretty cool. So you can loosely replicate online Ghost Battles in Maxi Tune 3, which was something the original game actually never had, so... because the cabs didn't connect to the internet. Ain't stalking your mod on my 7 Discord snitches on me. Oh, that reminds me of that time that Discord... I don't know if they still do them or not, I haven't seen any in a while. Discord did those, like, AI summaries of what's happening in the chat that were, like, really bad. They used to send those out as a notification to people. And, I swear to fucking God, I don't know if it was just proof that I am maybe too online for my own good, but every time it would pick up me. on those. I'd get messages from friends being like, excuse me, what? It'd just be like, it'd pick up a random conversation in that Discord server, take it out of context, and send that out to everyone. And it would always put me on. Even if I, like, barely had anything to do with that actual conversation. That's pretty close here, holy shit. Who's that behind Robert? Oh, we got a better run than I did, I think. Who knew Skynet would be a bully? Yeah, I know. It was always me, it seemed like. I've taken a funky line here. So did Yari, actually. So I kind of gained on him through there. I didn't check what tires everyone else is on, actually. But on the mediums, Robert's on the soft. He might struggle later on. Should be interesting to keep an eye out on. Always impossible to know when to actually pick up the throttle on this bloody corner. I did some like random like Python shit as well recently. I was like doing this little oh shit on the gravel, no! Did I miss it? I didn't quite, but down to P5, or P6, sorry. It's gonna line up Taro for an overtake, but I'm gonna try and hopefully not let him have it. Like I said, I'm not great at Magello. I'm just hoping that Robert's tires are going to die off later, though. And that will allow me to swoop back in. The kill. Maybe take back 5th place. Yari isn't getting away too far, though, so maybe 4th is on the table as well. I can keep Tara and Phil behind. Yeah, it does remind me though, I never actually finished that that game we played just before Christmas. I forget what Raw Danger, that's it. The Disaster Report 2. I never actually finish that. Probably get around to that at some point. Or if I'll do it on stream or not, I don't know. Robert's not done the same, but he got away with it lighter than I did. Bill's overtaken Taro. Pretty tight. Back here. 13 minutes. Tires are still holding up pretty well, so I don't think that'll be a worry. But that might mean that Robert's tires might not fall off as much as I initially hoped. It's all quite wide here. I don't think that really worked out in my favor. I can maybe try and cash a little bit of slipstream here for Robert. Mainly to hold off Bill, try and stay equalized. Bill is pulling on me more than I'm pulling on Robert, though, but because he's got Yari. Oh no! Shit. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I was going way too fast. Shucks. Whoops happened, yep. It's definitely a whoops moment. I'll be honest, I haven't... If it hasn't been obvious, I don't have the most focus tonight. I'm a little tired already. Partially because I went to bed a little too late. Oops. Partially because of just being busy with work stuff as well. They are pulling away from me now. Damn. Kinda sad that I blew that. Because I think that's me pretty much stuck back here now. We're all running pretty similar pace up there. I have no one to blame other than myself, so it is what it is. Said I am closing up a little bit in Terra. Breathing in terror, but he's also fallen off from the guys ahead. So, go over 48. I did a 48.4 actually as well. He did a 48.0, which was faster, but those two are still on top of each other, though. Robert and Yari. Oh, one bit too quick for that. It's okay, though. The end of the world. Lost a couple of attempts, but get those back. So Robert did send the setup as well for the BMW afterwards. That he said should help with the sliding, so it'll be interesting to give that a whirl for the next race as well and see what that does. I was a bit crap on the braking, but that somehow worked. I shouldn't have put that curve there. A little closer to Terra now, though, I wasn't making these mistakes. Have you seen the initial car roster for AC Evo? I'll be honest, I am like not interested at all in the car list. It's like there's 20 cars coming, and I think from what I remember, each batch was 3 road cars and 1 race car. But like, they weren't really interesting picks, so it wasn't anything. Besides, I guess the MX-5. That was anything. The MX-5 Cup car. Good old ND Cup returning. But I still don't really know what AC Evo is trying to do, really, so I guess that kind of lowers my enthusiasm a bit. Also, just, well, yeah, I don't really know what AC Evo is trying to do or what it's going to be like, so hard to be hyped up. Something that is a total enigma, really. Shit. Okay, then. Lost basically all the time I gained, but is what it is. Nonetheless, gonna check it now. And I'm mainly disinterested because it seems to be most like 75% road cars, and like, I don't know about you, but at least in AC, I felt like the road cars were probably the least interesting bit of the game. Oh, yellow flag. I think it was a minor yellow flag. Oh, Robert must have gone off. He's been jumped by Phil. So I'm squabbling still. You know, a lot of the road cars in AC never really hooked me. They weren't very fun to drive. They weren't very fun to race. The times we have tried to run them, they've often not been particularly great, apart from a few exceptions here and there. I think Robert's tires might have gone. So I can't tell if you're cooking up a list or if you're... It's a blank space because nothing interests you. Oh, okay, there we go. That was... That would have been quite funny. It was like, here's what interests me. Nothing. GR86, MX-5, A110, maybe the AMG GT2. To be honest, I've only tried the GT2s in Race Room, but that kind of turned me off of the GT2s. That might just be a Race Room problem. Though, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. That being said, I'm definitely... I'm holding off on AC Evo. I'm not... I don't really have any interest in being an early adopter. Unless I have confidence in what is being sold to me is of some kind of value. No doubt I'm gonna get, like, loads of pings. Because I'm in a load of non-sim racing communities, and obviously they kind of know me as, like, the sim racing guy. So, no doubt gonna get loads of questions from people being like, oh, you played AC Evo? No. Shut up. Ooh, wasn't good. Let's say drive an AC with mods, yeah. But I mean, well, the thing is, though, is what can't you drive an AC with mods? Basically nothing. So it's like... Like, yeah, the main meat and potatoes of this is the core. I mean, yeah, the main meat of potatoes of any racing sim, really, is the core underlying foundation of it. Because most sims, let's be real, have the same content. Sure, some may have some unique things here and there, but it's largely the same, especially with modding in, like, rFactor 2 and AC. The lines get blurred even more. It's more down to how the sims handle individual aspects of things and whether or not they do what you want to do well, or to an enjoyable degree. And so, like, that's the main thing I'm curious about of AC Evo, is how it stacks up technically compared to AC. Because they could throw all the cars in the world at it, but if it handles like crap, then, like, I don't really care. I know where I will still be. Here. It's been converted from iRacing Ready. The whole GT2 class has been added even before the ACC DLC was put out. Yeah. But that's the thing, yeah. Is it like, if you're trying to compete again, if you're trying to find content that AC with mods doesn't have, you're not gonna find a lot of stuff. Because basically everything is available as an AC mod. So again, I feel like the content argument in terms of what AC doesn't have is a bit... Oh, Yari's made a blunder. Rivera fighting now. Rivera broke away from Phil again. But it's like, you know, if... From my perspective, I guess, running off of that argument, is that, yeah, you know, if I did care about these cars, I would be driving them in AC right now. But I'm not, so... Make it that way you will. Size the MX-5 Cup, I guess. But, like, yeah, that's the main thing I want to see with AC Evo, is what it's like underneath. You can show me shiny graphics, you can show me all these different cars and tracks, but if it doesn't feel fun underneath, then I couldn't care about anything. More games between auto touring cars, like historic 60s and 70s stuff. Yeah. rFactor 2 is kind of the main place for that at the moment, really. There's like some... I mean, there's obviously like the GT Legends AC mods, but like... I do feel like rFactor 2 not only handles historic content better, but I do feel there's a bit more of a prevalent scene. But yeah, the problem is that sim racers are a creature of habit, and if they see something cool, they'll do that cool thing for like a week or two, and then they'll just go back to like the same old shit that they do. So it's like the Super Tours in Racing. People will drive those like religiously for like a couple of weeks, and then they'll just go back to whatever old crap they were driving before. He's already gone. Never mind. Oh, I blundered that one. It wasn't even really a full spin, but like, yeah, I kind of... I roadblocked Phil. um, I just had a moment of just complete loss of concentration, really. I think that's what happened. I have to look back on the replay to see, like, what actually happened, because I don't really know. I felt like I braked at the right point. But I obviously wasn't paying attention enough to get the braking right, and suddenly I realized I was about to hit Robert up the ass. And so I jumped on the brakes even harder, and then whoopsie daisies. It wasn't looking so I didn't. Yeah, I wish that's how it worked. If only. Let me lean over quickly, and I want to open this window up. Get a bit more air in this room. Been cold lately, so I had it closed. Oh, I'm kind of heating up now. Not too bad of a start, though. An okay jump off the line. It wasn't great on anything special, but wasn't awful either. Let's escape alerts from the wheel. Step aside with Yari here, but eventually seeded. Yeah, Robert was sniffing pretty close behind. It wasn't quite at this point, but he got closer. Yeah, it was. I had Yari in the slipstream here, but I just wasn't close enough to really make anything happen. I sort of held the gap just enough throughout all the rest of the track to keep me at bay, really. Because again, I get the slipstream here, and again, nothing. And all that time, obviously, Robert was catching up. And then, yeah, I got a little too deep, just a little bit on that gravel. And that gave Robert the momentum he needed to get through. His headlights on. Hey, good for track for passing Magello, said no one ever. Yeah. Yeah, the car didn't feel as good here as it did at Watkins Glen last week. But I think that's also because I like Watkins Glen a lot more. I don't mind this track, but I'm not very good at it, so... Whilst on the flip side, I'd say Watkins Glen is probably one of my better tracks. I've learned the art of slamming the car off the bus stop chicane. And not dying. Yeah, these two are fighting. Oh, here it is. Oh, shit. Yeah, those two went side by side. Oh, no, it was not. It's not. Nothing. I'm going crazy. This won't figure this out, yeah. Insane British man here. I don't get it. Pick the brakes up here. At what, 164? Last lap? Where did I pick up the brakes? Oh, well, it was a bit earlier. Surely not enough to make that much. Oh, I guess with they going extra slow. Isn't. He's all the way down to 60. Where was I the night before? Through here. Okay, I'm not hitting 60 to like here. I'm rolling in at this point at like 80. Yeah, so I think I braked at the same, just those two choked each other up and I didn't really factor in for that. I braked a little later, I think, but yeah, I wasn't expecting him to be so choked up on the entry. And that led to me... I don't really know what happened there. Still, actually. Because I didn't start braking more until... I'd already started losing the rear here. And I corrected and then jumped on the brakes, but the car was already gone at that point. Don't know why I picked up the throttle. Not even a bonk? No, there you go. I was the one who got bonked. Through my own mistake. Oh, nearly got terror as well. I see you got what you wanted still. Watch that back in full speed. I am perplexed. I think really at the end of the day it was just a lack of focus. I wasn't switched on enough to properly read the run. So things were a bit different and it caught me out, I guess. I don't know. And then, yeah, I kind of stayed here. I didn't really go anywhere. These guys are having a bit of a cracking battle. Probably need the race from shot again, fuck's sakes. You see, Brake Trainer wouldn't have saved me there. Brake Trainer would have plowed me into those guys. Because Brake Trainer instills bad habits. Oh, yeah, I got real sideways there. Oh, he slided. That fault for being bad, Sugar Man. He's going for it. But yeah, it seemed like it was just really hard to just make moves happen. Especially given that Yari was just instantly down on that, on the inside there. Yeah, they kept going at it for a while. It's a lot closer here, though. Ooh. But you see, the problem is now... This is the problem. He exits really close, but too close to really make any... Like, see, he doesn't get any... He gets hardly any slipstream here, so he has no real advantage over Yari, so they just kind of exist besides each other. Yeah, that's the problem with exiting the corners too close to someone, especially when you want to make use of slipstream. Because then you just can't really. How did he get past him though? That's what I want to see. I must have made him. He's trying to push in here. Chick shaking his head. Just hit him. That's the Fred mentality. Yeah, Phil had gotten past Taro. I didn't see that one either. But yeah, then shit really started kicking off up here somewhere. Transit van mentality, yeah. Oh, he touched the grass a tiny bit, but that wasn't enough to really do anything. Because Phil was past him. I'm pretty certain. Guess it must be down. Oh, he was right on Yari here. Guess Yari got in the sand. Oh yeah, he did get on the sand, but he was really slow. Bear tried his luck, but didn't find any. he's gone way off here. Yeah, I could tell that from a mile away. Ooh. Oh, that's a bit cheeky. He was hoping he could cut back across, but that was not happening. Luckily, he corrected before they crashed, but that was definitely a bit cheeky. So I put him back behind Robert. Or Phil. And he got a bit flustered, I think. Seems like he's got a good run here. Does he get it? Maybe. He does, I think. Oh, leaves the door open. But I think, yeah, he's just ahead. Yeah, no. Wins out. And then I think Taro got past Phil. I could be wrong. No, I'm definitely wrong on that. Yeah. But I was right, yeah, no. Robert caught Yari. I could go on the right of the straight to pass, I would do that. On the right, well, there's grass. And the pit wall. And the problem is, when the car ahead of you just stays on the right, then you can't really go to the right. And the pit wall goes to pit lane. You mean like this? Well, this is like a bump. You don't want to go over this. This would only screw you over. It's not flat. I don't know if you can see. It's slightly ridged. Also, it's not very sportsmanlike. I mean, technically speaking, if you really wanted to, you see the corner keeps going. It sort of snakes back on itself. If he just stayed behind Yari, he could have snuck up there, but maybe if he was behind Yari, he would have covered it off harder. He got him, I think. Oh, no. Not quite. Oh, they touched a little bit. He got away with it. And I think that was that. Yeah, he tried. I caught him up a bit too much in the corner. Lost out. Unlucky. Some good racing. It's a shame that I had to skill issue my way out of that good racing. GT Sports sponsorship video to make things a bit good. Yeah. Yeah, I could tell the Gran Turismo community definitely paid attention to those videos. And let me bring up the old results, though. We can look at the Bimmer. Never mind. It seems like the results haven't come through yet. So we are going to grab the Bimmer setup. Because Robert posted the Bimmer setup, and he... Download unverified file, please. He posted his setup for the BMW, and he dominated the last race. So, hazard to guess that he probably figured out something. I'm just gonna put this in the generic folder. Fuck it, lazy. 1.ini. Maybe if I'm thinking he's the Hachi drift car to race. Yeah, the Kudos drift cars are kind of weird, because they're drift cars, sure, but like, they, while they're drift cars, they also have, they have semi-slicks, and they have traction control, and anti-lock brakes. So you basically just get a, basically what you end up with is, like, a tuned-up road car that's a bit more loosey-goosey, a bit more willing to rotate, a bit more pointy than normal. It's really what you get. Okay, now goddamn funny characters. Struggling to find the track because it has a Kunos slip angle car. Well, it's still AC, so ideally you don't want to slide too much, but it gets rid of some of the horrendous understeer that the road cars deal with in this game. And then you've got the tuned FD, which is just, like, undrivable. Complete meme car. Let's see how this feels. Oh, I haven't... Oh no, how do I get out of the pit lane? I guess this way? Yeah. You're about to see the greatest track. Real track, by the way. Oh, tires are very cold. Did you answer the question about chat after the race? You just follow up with a question of... Oh, no, I didn't answer that question. That's a good... Can do. I'm not overly fussed. So, yeah, no, I don't mind. I hate to remember what the braking zone is here. I might have already missed it. No, I was early, I think? Yeah, early. Got early, guys. It's 1 gun midnight. Ooh. Oh, do they? Oh, that's brilliant. Salute midday. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is midday. This was actually the track that kicked off the idea for this series. I downloaded this track and I was fucking around with, like, random AI. I just feel like a random hodgepodge of AI cars in. And it threw me into this thing, and I was like, you know what? This combo doesn't feel terrible. I was up against, like, a bunch of random-ass road cars, because it gave me just, like, cars that were, like, similar-ish to this. And I randomized it, and, albeit it gave, like, some... There's, like, a fucking LaFerrari in the race. No way in hell am I beating a LaFerrari in this thing. This does feel really stable, though. I don't really know what Robert changed, but definitely feels better. But then again, this track is also very different to Tor Poznan, so hard to exactly say. Oh, I didn't brake in time! Oh, God. Can't wait for that to happen in the actual race. Oh God. Oh, we're still good. Yeah, we're good. Next season should be the Time Attack Supra. I don't know what next season will be, but probably not that. There was something else I was testing out beforehand. I can't remember what that was, though. So back to the drawing board. Au revoir. I guess you went to write coward. I mean, the thing is, I don't have to. I can't just think about myself with these series. Obviously, I will think about myself because I want something that I'm going to enjoy. So I basically never see front-wheel drive in my series. Apart from 1 or 2 rare occasions. Like the Trabant. But, you know, sort of have to think of other people as well, and what kind of things would other people be interested in driving? You know, there's no point me putting out something like really, really stupid and then have nobody turn up. because then, you know, it'd be completely pointless. And, oh, I braked too late. And this car in itself was a bit of a risk, but whatever. One thing I was kind of sad about though is I did find a mod on Race Department as well for while we on like sketchy Eastern European street circuits. I found a mod for Palania as well, which is another pretty famous sort of like it's like this. They race up and down a bit of a motorway. Palania is also unique in the sense that I think instead of a pit lane, it's just a petrol station. They just pop into the petrol station mid-race to refuel. For hours of Poland is crazy. I do love that crazy events can sort of, like that can still exist. Regulators check home and endurance ace I saw on Motors TV years ago. Yeah, Adam said apparently they stream these on YouTube now. So, I have to go and see if I can find out some of those broadcasts. That might be funny. Take a look at. Ooh. But it's like, these are just like the kind of things that just wouldn't fly in any major series, but like, you know, smaller governing bodies are rulers unto themselves, so... I mean, that's how shit like the Isle of Man continues to exist. The local government allows it, because it brings loads of money into the area, and, you know, it's sanctioned by its own body. So... Ireland has road rallies too, yeah. I mean, they also still... Ireland is like, at least Northern Ireland, I think, is like the sort of like epicenter for motorbike road racing, which is events sort of similar to like the Isle of Man, where they run motorbikes on public roads with little to no regard for safety. Yeah, Ireland there's a lot of road rallying, yeah. Cool, server is up, so let's get in. Oh, in hell. I mean, yeah, like, tracks like Macau and Po still exist. Actually, Po, or, not Po. Macau is like FIA as well, which is kind of crazy. The FIA still turns around and is like, yeah, this is fine. I think, yeah, Po is like one of those unique tracks that, like, despite it being a street track also, it's like basically not changed. And it's been around for like almost 100 years now, I think, or something like that. Macau also only rewards the winner. But I think it's because it's like a... Macau's like a non-championship thing, isn't it? So... Very NASCAR of them, yeah. I mean, yeah, you want to talk about governing bodies being a law unto themselves? NASCAR. Need I say more? That being said, NASCAR introduced a couple of interesting changes, actually, recently. One of those being a little controversial, but I understand why they did it. And that being that,
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
Okay, thank you, boss man. The first one of those rule changes being, if an outsider... So, normally, like, when outsider drivers come in to NASCAR, they have to vie for what are known... Because obviously NASCAR is the shitty charter system. So they have to vie for what are known as open slots on the grid. So they essentially have to do, like, pre-qualifying. Or they have to qualify for the race, like, in, like, the olden days of Formula 1, or, like, you still have in the Indy 500. And so they have to earn their spot on the grid. But apparently, they've introduced a new rule, which means that if the person who is filling that seat is a, like, well-known driver in the world of racing, that they can get an exemption, basically, or get a guaranteed spot for the grid. Which, as I said, a bit controversial, but I can understand why they're doing that. Because it basically, I mean, it makes it easier to attract other drivers in. Because you're like, hey, you have a spot, you know. Because otherwise you could be like, oh yeah, you could turn up, but, you know, you might not get a grid spot. And especially, the thing is that it doesn't make a lot of sense, especially with, like, Trackhouse's Project 91. Because that's, you know, you're given... Oh, Michael's trying to drift. Nearly got it. I think I spooked him a little bit. Ooh, nearly got into the wall. Oh, he's done it again. I got the traction control on, so it's not gonna let me do it. Oh, it's up on the mountain. So I might as well go up to. Yeah, like the Trackhouse Project 91 was like the thing that got like a lot of attention about that. Like they, you know, Trackhouse is like decent equipment, so while sure the team would only be a part-time crew for the car, which wouldn't be as good as like their full-time crews, they still have the same access to the same stuff that, like, you know, they have on their other cars, which are competitive. So I don't really see the point of it. Also, at the same time, like, if a high-regarded driver is just bad, then, like, they're gonna earn a spot on the grid despite being, like, bad. Which, would be interesting. But yeah, conveniently, that also dropped right before they announced Helio Castroneves for, the Daytona 500, so... Whether there's any correlation between those two things, I'll let you decide. But a change that seems to be largely good, actually, is NASCAR revised the ever-controversial damaged vehicle policy, which is the nickname, or well, it's abbreviated to DVP. And so, this was the damaged vehicle policy has always been controversial, because, you know, it kind of removed the aspect of just fix it up and send it back out there. Like, that was kind of still a thing, but there were a lot more cases where NASCAR would just declare your car as retired, kind of like you get in Formula 1. And also, there was only a 5-minute timer on repairs. But now, I think they've removed the timer, and if your car gets sent back to the garage, it's not out of the race, which is, or not inherently out of the race, which is a good thing. Because that's like what you get in IndyCar. And that's what I think is I really like about IndyCar. Is that, like, sure, it has its own share of problems, but, like, you know, kind of the mantra there is basically keep the car running at all costs. And it led to an absolute nail-biter last season at, where was it? I want to say Gateway, but I don't think it was Gateway. Was it Iowa? No, it was Milwaukee, that was it, and Milwaukee. Where Pelot's car, who was the championship leader, his car didn't start. Just refused, it said no. And so he eventually joined the race like 30 laps down. And it was like, okay, this is like his big chance for his rivals, mainly Will Power, to swoop out of his lead. But he got out there, started ticking off laps, picking off cars that were retiring from the race, and like cars that were running into problems. And so he, you know, he scooped up some points and kept pressure on, even though he was like running like 30 laps down or whatever. And I was like, damn, it's like pretty interesting. It's not like it's just his race is done, go home. That's one of the things I've always hated about Formula 1. Car touches gravel and the car's finished. The amount of like perfectly fine cars that we've just left in gravel traps, well, we haven't left them, they've fished them out, but like, as soon as that car gets stuck in the gravel, it's gone. It's toast. Not racing anymore. And it's like, why? Most pointless shit ever. If I also love inconsistency, yeah, you're not wrong there. But like, it's so annoying when you just see a car that's like, the car has every reason to still be in the race, and they're like, nah, this car can't race anymore. Let me remind you, this is the same people who will fine you if you don't turn up to a race. You pay to turn up to every race, and if you don't turn up, they still fine you. Or they fine you even more money. Because you paid to be there. But it's... yeah, even though you paid to be there, it's their inconvenience that you didn't show up. Michael's gone off exploring. I am struggling. Ooh. Currently 4th. Once Abyss in a Mirror. Complete controversy in the post-race special credit 2022, album Missing American Guitar 2024. I think happens for a million that spots because never caused controversy because of stewarding and yeah. That was a whole crock of shit, that was. Just kind of sat there and, oh fuck. No. Kind of just sat there, sat there, or yeah. I don't know, I've kind of gotten to the point where Formula 1 just kind of annoys me. I should probably stop watching it. I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping 2025 is gonna be better, but like, I don't know. Just like the shit I see, I can't find it funny anymore. I just sit there and I'm just like, this is just embarrassing. Like, for how prestigious and, like, big Formula 1 is, and how commercially important it is, it's just like, sometimes it's like as if everyone's a bunch of fucking amateurs. And it's bewildering. It's just frankly bewildering. "36. Crikey. I keep it in 3rd through here. I feel like I have a bit more traction. I feel like I'm sliding a bit too much in 2nd. Speaking of Formula 1 though, Have you guys seen the GP2 X86 thing? 135? Holy mackerel. No. Okay. Do you know what Grand Prix 2 is, actually? I guess that's the better opening question. Do you even know what Grand Prix 2 is? Old F2? Not old F2. Jeff Crammond's Grand Prix 2. It's an old F1 racing sim released in like the mid-90s. It's terrible. I think I'm improving at all. I did not know of Jeff Cameron's Grand Prix 2. Damn. 136. Jeez. I've overcooked it. Arrgh. Yeah, it's the older F1 games, you know. Older F1. Oh my god. Fucking Mattia. I can tell it was him because the car was just the yellow. Just the yellow blob. Oh, I love that. So I'm paying my day 2 now. God. Why did you have to say it like that? I'm cringing. For God's sake, him go flying. Oh, that's brilliant. But no, yeah, Jeff Cameron's Grand Prix 2, yeah, it was, they were pretty breakthrough sims back in the day. And they did some things that, well, the modern Formula 1 games definitely don't do, and even some modern sims don't even do. They're pretty cool games, but Grand Prix 2, is kind of, it's a DOS game. So it's been notoriously difficult to get working properly. On modern day systems, because yeah, sure, it's a DOS game. You just download DOSBox, you run DOSBox, and yada yada yada. But it's not that simple because oh shit, I probably want to trim out some fuel. I think this should be good enough. We'll see. Yeah, 27 minutes, that's way too much. But, whatever. But yeah, Grand Prix 2 was kind of notorious to get running on modern systems. Because, you didn't just need DOSBox, but you needed a specific version of DOSBox that could run the game at the correct cycle speed, because it runs at like 25 FPS or something like that. Because otherwise, like, the physics just kind of break. Like, the game's hard enough to play at correct cycle speed, let alone, at wrong settings. And, also, getting a wheel set up with it, or like a controller of any kind, was also a complete nightmare. And, what this x86 GP2 does, is it makes it run, or makes the game runnable natively on Windows. It's still like a very early alpha thing, but it makes the game fully runnable on modern Windows natively, and adds a few extra settings to make it easier to set up controllers and stuff, and God knows how far they're going to take it, but it's pretty awesome. Especially given that, like, you know, if you can overlook the weirdness of the graphics, because it's like very early 3D rendering, so the graphics are a bit strange. Your depth perception is a bit thrown off. If you can get through that, like, there's... And also the fact that there's no force feedback, at the moment, at least. You know, there's a Formula 1 game that still holds up really good underneath. He's gonna catch me here. Shit. Oh, rubber's on the wall a bit there. Oh. That wheel's done so much there. But yeah, I was trying it out over the weekend a little bit, and yeah, Grand Prix 2 is pretty unforgiving. Especially for a game with no force feedback, but it's fun. Oh, Rob's gone way off. Ooh. Sliding through. Oh, Matthias comes like straight into the wall. Madness. I was gonna read the chat, but guess we're not doing that. Bit of a funny angle, so. Little nudge from Yari up the chuff. Oh, second gear was not the right one out of there. Maybe that's because I have traction control on there. No. Bollocks. Take traction control back off. Never easy to follow anymore. Fair enough. Races is boring. Fan base is either boomers, cringe, or both. Games aren't even decent anymore. F1 car mods are starting to feel really gimmick heavy. Also, no one races these mods. Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like the gimmick-heavy nature of the mods kind of goes against the... it kind of breaks the want to use them online. Like, oh shit. The people who want to play these mods online aren't the same people who want all these silly fucking gimmicks. I don't think anyone really wants these gimmicks, really. It's just these gimmicks are cool marketing things. So... Because, you know, a lot of these Formula 1 mods are, like, paid and shit. And if they're not paid, people just want to flex what they can do. RSS mods were a mistake, TPH. I don't think RSS is inherently a mistake, because if it weren't them, other people were going to do it. I almost don't really want to say it, because everyone's going to be like, oh, it's you again. But I feel the bigger culprit here is actually CSP. If CSP didn't tack so much random additional crap onto Assetto Corsa that it didn't really need, then, like, we wouldn't be having to worry about a lot of these things, because AC just doesn't support a lot of these things. Sure, people would have found ways to introduce some kinds of gimmicks, but they wouldn't be as widespread as they are now. And yeah, CSP is just what at this point? Like... heads. It's all over the place. It's a complete mess. I don't... Like... The initial idea for it was fine. Whatever. But, like, nowadays it's... yeah, you can't really describe it. The name isn't even appropriate for it, because it's, you know, it's not just for shaders. It does the kitchen sink, the garage, the garden, the bedroom, the living room, the whole fucking house. And the neighbor's house. And the local IKEA. I was just like, okay, do I need all of this? No. And your wife, yeah. His main mod that allows other mods to work is called BeardLib. Brilliant. But like, yeah, if that's just like a basic like script extension library, then, like, that's fine. But, like, CSP is, like, some amalgamation of a whole load of different things that, like... Yeah, it really... It doesn't know what it wants to be, and I don't think anyone else knows what it wants to be. And, like, I feel like a lot of its inclusions kind of just break the game more than help it. Because it leads to a much more inconsistent experience for everyone. Which, in some regards, you know, is... You know, if you're only playing single player and you want a personalized experience, that's great. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. You're glad? Unless there's something I've missed, then I basically couldn't disagree more. There probably is something I've missed, because I haven't really been keeping up on the AC modding space, to be honest. There just isn't really much out there that's interesting to me anymore to explore in the AC modding space. I can maybe get back past Rob here. Maybe, obviously not through here, this is too tight, but... eventually. Can't wait too much fuel. Rather have one passive guy who works via others' contributions, you pay whatever for free updates. Ooh, he's maxed that up again. But I kind of had a crappy exit. No, the alternative is 10-20 other groups will try to have the same features, lock them behind different methods. I do agree somewhat. I'd rather have it... It's nice to have everything in one place. But the way CSP is handled is not it. Like, it is a diabolical mess. Way too slow through there. And like, I almost wish CSP was split into multiple projects rather than just being one thing. Like, I have come to hate bloated software. Like, sure, you know, give me what I need. Give me some extra, like, some small extras, but, like... You know, like, at this point, it's just gone crazy. Buying $20, yeah, overhauls, buying donations, etc. None of them work together well. Thanks, no. That's the thing, I'm saying, like, he could do them all... Oh, Michael is dead. Like, he could still do them all himself, but have them as separate modules. But also, there is a point where, like, enough is enough. And, like... You know, there's a point where you should stop updating something. Or slow down the pace at which you update a certain thing. They got a better launch of the exit. No. Oh, it got deep. Oh no. Maybe we're You try to do this right now. It enhances apps will lock behind Patreon and all are separate apps. Yeah, I mean, I could get into a further rant about how I don't like Patreon models for... I don't really like the Patreon model for content. If you're gonna sell something to me, I would rather pay a one-time fee. Because the thing I don't like with the Patreon, sure, it's a more... In some regards, it's a more cost-effective way, and you continue supporting a project that you believe in. You know, that's nice. But the problem I have with that is that we then become... Like, the people who invest in that then become shareholders in the project. And so you know... It's like having real shareholders. You have to appease these people. You know, these people are giving you money, and you have given them a promise in return. But you have, in order to keep getting their money, you have to keep returning that promise. When it's a continual subscription, like a Patreon. Which means, well, which is how we get stuff like how CSP and Content Manager is nowadays, where it's so bloated and over-convoluted that, like, it's just kind of awful to use, really. And, like... But the problem is that if he wants to keep getting that Patreon money, he has to keep working and releasing updates for Content Manager and CSP. Otherwise, obviously that money will just go. Ever looked at Patreon subs as shareholders? Well, they are. in essence, they're not literal shareholders, but they are. They play a challenge where the person behind it sets no rewards or tiers. I mean, yeah, like that is fine. But if you see, what a lot of people do is they feel that their money has to be worth something. So they will then go and say that, like, you know, you give me money and I'll release, you know, updates on XYZ schedule. But, like, that eventually becomes unfeasible. You know, the longer and longer a project goes on for, that becomes more and more unfeasible. And, you know, it's because these aren't professional businesses, you know, people don't really think these things through massively. You know, they just think it'd be a cool little thing to earn a little bit of pocket change, you know, because people want to support their work. But it kind of turns into this gangly, monstrous mess. Where it's either you have to stop delivering on what you promised, or keep delivering on what you promised and compromise your project. You know? Paid $5 for a channel, I don't feel like I had any impact on the video my name appeared on. You may feel that way, yeah. But, you know, say, like, it depends on what was promised to you and what you were investing in. You know, some people will feel that, you know, they are owed a return on their investment. You know, they've paid money, they expect to get something in return. And that would be, you know, whatever is promised on the sort of subscription page. But, like, especially with software, that kind of becomes untenable after a while. If it's constant updates to the same piece of software. Because, you know, software eventually reaches a point where it's feature complete. It's done. You finished it. There's nothing more. Adding any more would just be pointless scope creep. Oh, Yari's binned it. That changes things quite a lot. First get out of here. With content creation, it is, or with like YouTube videos, it is a little different. That being said, some content creators do end up trapping themselves in a specific style of video that they might not want to do. But they've said that, like, you know, give me $5 a month and I will make this content for you. And they're like, well, shit, you know, all these people are giving me money, so I have to create this now because that's what they're paying me for. Even though they may not want to. You know, they've made that promise, and people have invested on that promise. And so people are going to want a return on that promise. I mean, heck, some people get entitled about free fucking software. It's insane. Honestly insane. Like, this person is given their own free time to create a free project for you, and then you go and complain because they're not updating it at the rate you would want them to. And it's like, this has cost you nothing. Like, this person is giving you this thing out of the kindness of their hearts. They could easily have kept it to themselves. They could have easily put it behind a paywall. No, they didn't. And yet, some people like, nah, fuck this guy. That's like, okay. Sure. But that's a bit of a different case, but it's hilarious that it happens. Don't feel you're describing yourself now to a degree. No, because... oh, shit. Content manager is a paid-for thing. I'm talking about how he's earning, you know, because of all the money he's making off of it. I feel he sort of forced himself into releasing updates that he didn't need to make. You know, I'm not saying you can't critique some things. If you don't like something that somebody has made for free, then you have every right to say that I don't like this. But, like, you know, what I'm more talking about is, like, people demanding, like, people work on, like, free things, like, religiously, and it's like, no. But, like, when bro's earning, like, more money than I am or he's earning, like, basically my yearly paycheck every month to develop some application, it's like... yeah, I too would feel that pressure. That's a lot of money. And that's a lot of people that'll be demanding stuff. And so, like, I don't fully blame him for it. It's easy to fall into these traps. I just don't like the end product that has been made from it. And I don't like that it's kind of become the de facto must-have thing for AC. Because, you know, and how it's warped the perceptions of the community around AC, you know. I don't like that part about it, you know. And I'm allowed to have that opinion. But I'm just sort of explaining the reasons why I think it's happened. Because I don't, if like, he didn't have a Patreon and stuff, I don't think it would be where it is today. It might have done eventually, would have taken a lot longer, obviously. Because he probably would have had to have had a full-time job on the side. But, like... you know, it's something that I never really felt like I needed, but due to the way the community has shifted, it's kind of forced me into using something that I didn't feel like I had a need for. And that's where my main grievances come from. But also just the way the project is organized for the end user. It's not very great to use as an end user. No, well, no matter what you do, you won't stop criticism or demand or unrealistic demands. Yeah. Yeah, no matter what you do, there will always be criticism. And that's fine, you know. But everything is kind of a fine balance. You know, I mean, obviously, a lot of people probably don't agree with me on that because, you know, they invest and they use the tool on the regular, and that's fine. But, you know, it's not going to change how I feel about it. A bit of a not great race again for me. Yeah, this is just not getting good runs out of these corners. I was surprised how raceable this track is, though. Well, I mean, I'd raced it against the ad, but, like, in online, obviously, things change. And I was surprised still how many, Oh, this was, yeah. That was interesting. Way off the road. Jump back on. Oh, a little tap there. Let's sort of navigate the traffic here. Stop the car from breaking out. Oh, the Tia didn't hit the wall. Crazy. And he comes along, yeah. And beat me under braking. Yeah, this was definitely my weak point here. I think I lost time like every lap here. What were people doing it? They were doing it in second gear too? I guess they were picking up the throttle earlier. Or was I picking up the throttle? Yeah. Lol, hoped it wouldn't turn out worse. Yeah. It was a good battling while it lasted there. I don't know if I spooked you or not at the end. If I did, my bad. But I felt, I did try and pitch it a bit wider because I felt like could have gotten a better run out on the exit, and then you kind of went wide too, and I was like, uh-oh. Oh yeah, I hit the wall here. I allowed Yari through. Bonk. Easily done. Ooh, into that tire stack. I was unlucky. Yari made a big mistake towards the end. I don't know what he did, but I caught right back up to him. He pulled away quite a bit on me. And I caught right back up towards the end. Let's see. I think I made more mistakes. I think it was just general sloppy driving. Oh no, wait, no, I nearly died on this bit, didn't I? Where was it? I think it was the next lap. The next lap does seem slightly longer. Oh, there you go, yeah, sliding into here, and I just couldn't get the rear end back on. Yeah, I just kept sliding, and then bump over the grass. Just, yeah. Thought I'd avoided the tire wall. But, yeah, the rear end didn't quite follow me. Yes. So I just had to pull the car back in the control. And yeah, I don't really know where to go here, so I kind of just... I was gonna go wide. I was gonna keep it wide, and I'll say, "Oh no, you're there." So it's kind of sat in the middle awkwardly. Bit of a deer in the headlights moment. Lucky that didn't really go bad though. He pulled away a little bit, and then it was better out of that corner, definitely. I sort of had to just get better through these bits. And then, yeah, Michael out here. I think he got a bit a bit wide. Ooh. How did he end up here? Let's see. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, I think he just... Was he just drifting? Yeah, he was just drifting at this point. Oh, he hit the curb. I was waiting for Robert. He looked a bit wide. Yeah, he was a bit wide. Yeah, he went way over. Which is great for me because that allowed me to catch right back up. The thought up the hill. Yeah. This bit was good. Put up the inside a bit there. That was really bad around this corner, but luckily you went wide, so... But, again, by shitty exit. And I robbed to get back ahead. And I was like, alright, if I hit you around the outside here, we'll be good. But then, oh, that's unlucky. Thought I might have spooked him, but I think he just didn't get the turn in. Yeah, went way too deep and couldn't get it turned. And bang into the lamppost. Oh, that could have been fun to see how that would have worked out on the exit here. I probably would have swept through, I think, and taken the place. Depends on where you place the car, really. And we could have had a bit of a strip-stream battle, but was not to be. What happened to Yari, though? He died at some point. Because like, you could see the gap between me and him is pretty significant. But like, some point in the next couple of laps, he I saw a pluff of dust, and he was right there. So he fluffed it royally. It wasn't like I was driving very quick either. Ooh, a bit of a battle going on. Ooh. Between Mattia and Robert. We'll look at this later, actually. We'll look at what Yari was doing. See where he dies. And then we can look at those two. I think that would have been for the lead. Which is pretty interesting. Must have been this lap there. Yeah, pretty close to the end. Oh, he's gone a bit deep. Oh, yeah, he's overcooked it. Clipped the curb. Oh. Yeah, he gets wide. Just touches that curb. That's all it takes. That's the car completely unsettled. Right in the curb still. Overcorrects. Clips through the barrier and hits the signpost. Oh. Yeah, that was a big oof. And you got it going there. Yeah, this barrier has no collisions, which is a little weird. Which is how he hit the sign. I don't know why, whether it's intentional or not, but yeah, that's how it is. So yeah, he did die. Figured something had to have happened for me to close the gap up that much so quickly. I think he might have had another off somewhere. I felt like he pulled away a bit. I'd caught up again. Maybe not. Maybe not. No. What's happened on the final lap? Nope. Damn. Oh. A little bonk there at the end. Oh, bonk. And these two are all over each other. Mattia quickly dispatched of me. Was I in second place then? I guess I would have been, until he overtook me. Huh. I didn't even notice. And I guess, yeah, he hunted down Robert. Come a while. She's hunting. And they were basically on top of each other at the end. But I guess Robert was able to hold him off. Might have to use this track again, though. It's pretty fun. Maybe it's something a little more agile, though. Maybe. I wonder how the MX-5 would handle this. That might be fun. MX-5 around here. Or maybe something even more ludicrous, like Formula 3 or something. Did he make any overtake attempts? No, I don't think he does. Well, I guess he's looking for a gap. I guess he just doesn't get one. Those two are going at it. They're miles away from everyone else, but we were relatively close towards the end, especially after Yari died. And then these two were kind of just in a league of their own. I feel Robert. Ooh, a little bump there. I think he just got caught out a bit. Yeah. Boop. But fair play. He didn't profit off of it. He backed off. Almost stopped even. Is he in first gear there? That was passing forward him through this. He was in first gear for a bit. Oh, that was a bad gear change. That hurt him a bit. Hurt him a fair bit, actually. So I don't really know what this car is meant to be. It's something, alright. With the yellow wheels and everything. Trippy. Trippy. He was all over his bumper. He didn't quite get him at the end, and then boop. Off he goes. Check to see if the results are up. They're not up for the C7 yet. They're not up for this either, so I think I might have to go and do a little pong about the results. Because, yeah, they're not up, and they probably should be. What have we got next week? Oh, Bremgarten on Monday. That's going to be interesting. If you haven't seen on Monday, Michael, Donnie, and the Slow Bros have put on a crazy series of events with the I bring up the replay actually. Where is it? Did I not say the replay? Here we go. Yeah. My terrible driving of last night. Of modern Formula 3, but at historic tracks. Sort of akin to what we did a few seasons back with the MX-5, but obviously a bit more extreme because we're using F3s instead. But yeah, this week was at Bremgarten. And I drove suitably poorly. Yeah, next week though, Bremgarten. Which is going to probably be even more crazy, given the speed of that track. We'll be at Donington GP. Yeah, Donington GP in the Corvette and SimRacing in the BMW. So those will be interesting. See how those sort of play out. Hopefully should be a bit more back to form at Donington compared to the crap show that was Mugello tonight in the C7. For the BMW? No clue. SimRacing will be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah. Pretty great that we always are able to come up with such a variety of random nonsense to do every 6 weeks. Oh yep, Taro dying there. Unfortunate. So what's next? I really don't know. I was going to say I could maybe shove a little bit of x86 GP2, but I don't know how well it'll play with the live streaming, and there are way better videos out there you can watch by people who've actually followed the project. They'll probably tell you more than I ever could about it. I'm also really bad at GP2, so it'd basically just be watching me crash a Formula 1 car over and over again. Can't expect to be awake still. I mean, you don't. If we're just gonna be chatting afterwards, you don't need an agenda. But yeah, I do need to start planning for the Race of Binners, actually. Because I want to be doing that in a couple of weeks' time. Need to get stuff ready. But that's probably another day problem. That wouldn't be anything interesting to do here. But yeah. A bit sudden to just mention it now out of the blue. I've been chirping about, if you're about the Race of Binners stuff, I've been sort of chirping about that for the past few weeks. Here and there. But I need to, actually, pen it down and get it formal. I would like to say I've been lazy, like I usually am, but I've been kind of preoccupied with a lot of other things. Oh, yeah, this is my mistake. Oops. Got a little too hot in behind Rob and just locked up into the wall. Easily done. First time I hear you mention it. Yeah, to be honest, I've only really mentioned it in the live streams, which maybe isn't a great thing. There's like random references here and there in like the middle of like 2 to 6 hour live streams. Not the best way to advertise things, I know. But yeah, it's something I need to one tricky pony method. Yeah. It's something I do need to start getting my one trick pony method, yeah. Something I do need to get my button gear though and start putting together. Cause yeah. When is the real Race of Champions actually? That's a good question. I know the real Race of Champions is back. Let me look up Race of Champions. Because yeah, they didn't do one last year. I don't think they ever still really confirmed why. I know they said why. They said why they couldn't do it on Petty Havsbad. But they said they were going to look for a different venue, and they never did. Well, they never did find anything. When is the next one? 7th and 8th of March? Damn. That's pretty late. Oh, I guess because they're doing it in Australia. I think they're doing it just before the Formula 1 weekend, aren't they? In 2025. Yeah, 16th of March. Yeah, so it's the week before the Formula 1 Grand Prix. So I think they wanted to rope in some Formula 1 drivers. Who have they got so far? Valtteri Bottas, Travis Pastrana, Kurt Busch, Sebastian Vettel, Mick Schumacher, Jamie Whincup, Sebastian Loeb, Johan Kristofferson, Petter Solberg, Molly Taylor. Oh, extremely an Australian rally champion. Yeah, okay. Oliver Solberg, Hayden Paddon, Will Brown, Toby Price. That's all of them. At least for now. I guess they're more hoping that people are going to be there. In Australia to watch the Formula 1, and then they'll just be like, hey, look, come to Australia a week earlier and you can watch us. I got quite a lot of Australians there, which is good, I guess. And actually, no, they're mostly Australians. There are a couple of Kiwis. I'm looking forward to that. Race of Champions is usually always a good bit of fun, but well, I guess that makes my life a bit easier for scheduling. So basically, I thought they were doing it in February, so that opens like the whole of February, which is pretty good. I like that. My skill issue is being shown in the background. I just realized that. Yeah, I did not drive good last night. Bad driving. Oh, big lock up there. But yeah, I think for the meantime, though, I think we are going to probably just gonna wrap the stream up here. To be honest, I don't really have anything stream worthy that I really wanna, or main live stream worthy that I really wanna talk about or share. Basically said it all already. For now, at least. Back next week, obviously, with more of the same, and I will be hopping onto the Discord in a couple of minutes after wrapping up here. And so if people are around and want to have a bit of a chat, I'll be around there. So Yeah, I think that's all. So yeah, take care everyone, and back next week with the same. Obviously, don't forget to check out the race on Monday as well over on Donnie and Michael's channels. That should be a crazy, crazy event. So yeah, don't miss that. And yeah, I'll see you then. Adios.